The guide that we had previously didn't say anything about vaping. And so everybody was all panicked, and we kept getting letters saying, we need to review the guide and we need to put "don't vape" in there. And so we went running to the brethren and said, we need to add vaping to the For the Strength of Youth booklet. And it was President Uchtdorf, it was Elder Uchtdorf, who wisely reminded us of Mosiah chapter 4, 29 through 30. The ways to sin are numberless. So we put vaping in today. What are we going to need to add tomorrow? And what are we going to need to add the next day? Because people will just keep inventing ways to sin. And he told us and wisely counseled the young women presidency and the young men presidency that we needed to start focusing more on principles and not just on the lists of do's and don'ts. So, you know that you grew up in a world where we were told not to watch R-rated movies. The problem? The international rating system is very different from the rating system we have here in the United States. Another problem, the standards keep shifting. What used to be a PG movie is now a G movie, and what used to be an R movie is now a PG movie. So what is the solution? Principles. Teaching principles. Listen to what it says in For the Strength of Youth. It says, as you make choices about what to watch, read, listen to, or participate in, think about how it makes you feel. Does it invite good thoughts? Stay away from anything that mocks sacred things or that is immoral. Have the courage to turn off a video or game, walk out of a movie or a dance, change your music, or turn away from anything that is not consistent with the Spirit. Now that's a principle that is very different from what we've heard in the past about not watching R-rated movies. And so we learn to work through principles. Another rule that you grew up with and that I grew up with was that we don't date until you're 16. The problem? We now have 4 states in India where young people and their parents don't even think about dating until their 20s. We also have strong members of the church throughout Europe where now the word dating is synonymous with sleeping together. So the rule says you don't sleep with somebody until you're 16? Like that's what we want to communicate? Again, what's the solution? Principles. Listen to what we read in the For the Strength of Youth guide, in which we don't even see the word dating except in the index. It says, when and how should I get to know members of the opposite sex? The best way to get to know others is through genuine friendship. While you are young, build good friendships with many people. In some cultures, youth get to know members of the opposite sex through wholesome group activities. For your emotional and spiritual development and safety, one-on-one activities should be postponed until you are mature. Age 16 is a good guideline. Counsel with your parents and leaders. Save exclusive relationships for when you are older. Spend time with those who help you keep your commitments to Jesus Christ. It may have been shorter to teach a rule, but now we need to teach principles that include the reasons for the rules.